어프 선수 잡아내는 데 성공했습니다. 자, 이번 경기 이 8세트 경기에서
Alright guys, we are back to business here at the GSTL with MVP against StarTale, and despite what I thought earlier, I was really so into this team war that I wanted to have a best of 11, not only a best of 9. So obviously we have no chance of seeing Keen today, as Genius is the last player.
Yeah, he's the last man standing here, man. He is the Genius Protoss, the BlizzCon champion, the runner-up for last season.
And Wolf, I don't want this to end with a best of 9. I want to see more games.
I know the feeling, but only one team will advance and go to Las Vegas.
Yep, only one of them will advance, and Genius, he's the last man standing. He's the last boss here, and this is going to be hard. This is going to be pretty hard. We have Antigua Shipyard, which is the next map in our PvZ, and it's loading right now. So get ready, get some popcorn, guys, because the game is on. We have Genius against Curious on Antigua Shipyard here at the GSTL. To the right side of the map, we have our Protoss player, the last man standing for the MVP team. Will he be able to pull it off?
MVP Genius!
MVP Genius, the finalist of the last season, defeated by Dongragu.
And his opponent, the silent killer from StarTale, a very strong Zerg player. He is
StarTale! Curious!
Genius has some of the best PvZ in the world. In fact, he took different play styles that different people were using. People were doing the +1 4-gate attack. They were doing Stargate play. Genius was like, no. He's like, there's a special way you do this. And he showed everyone. And now he's actually changed the matchup. He is an innovator. And everyone worldwide that has seen his matches has changed the way that they have played PvZ because of him. And this particular player is the last breath of MVP, and if he can do this, not only will he guarantee his team going to Las Vegas, but in a way he'll be able to beat his rival Dongragu by saying, I did today what you could not for my team.
The one thing that really about Curious what is also noteworthy is that, well, we casted his games in Code S, and he is out. It was really a very clutch group that we saw, and he was not able to prevail in the end. So something where we already saw that he played amazing games in this particular day. He had to face a lot of Seed,
and another Protoss that day, Hero, and he looked a little bit vulnerable to timing attacks against both players. He lost to a 4-gate by Seed, but also a Blink Stalker timing attack, and he looked a little bit vulnerable to these sorts of attacks. We'll see if today he plays a little bit safer. He is going for Pool before Hatchery on this map, and as a result, of course, Genius he scouted this, he went Forge first because it was an earlier pool, and he just wants to make sure he's completely safe.
I'm really interested to see how this is going to unfold, and every time you don't want to go for these puns. I hate the nicknames sometimes, really. I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, this is going to be so curious what he's going to do right now as a Protoss player. And then I'm thinking about him like, yeah, you can't say that because that's his nickname. And everyone will be like, oh my god, Kaldor, what a stupid pun. It's actually not even meant to be a pun, but still.
Well, I think no matter what, we'll see Genius play out of our Protoss player. And, see, you didn't even notice that was a pun? Like, I actually watched your facial expression, and you didn't see, so it's fine, don't worry.
I just didn't want to acknowledge it, and suddenly you're all on my face. You're like, oh my god, what's happening now? No, but so what do you expect is he going to do? Will he try to take a third, or will we see him with the 2-base all in?
Yeah, I do not know. He's actually walling. We talked about this a lot. He's walling with the Nexus as part of his walling rather than walling at his ramp. He's going to go ahead and kill that neutral depot so he can build more structures around that area. And he's already gotten his double gases. He's going to make his core very soon here. Probably going to make it right where that neutral depot was, so he can also have kind of a wall. So if his opponent doesn't, if he has his early run by, he can warp in his ult to block. Really cool decision making and building placement by Genius. He's now going to send his probe to do a secondary scout for the 3rd base. Wants to see if his opponent's going to be taking that right away, but it's not going to be there. Well, actually, yeah, I thought he was going to kill it before or hide the drone, but in fact, he just decided to show it. And showing this actually is fine, because if you hide it from your opponent, Genius might be a little bit scared, but it doesn't really help you all too much.
At the same time, we already have a few Zerglings just scouting the standard position for proxy pylons, a little bit to the right of the third base. We don't see it on screen just now, but it's really... He's doing a really good job at just scouting everything. And what's really funny is that he is also scouting the spot where Genius is known to use proxy stargates.
Yep, that's very true. He also wants to make sure there's no forward pylons over there that he may use early, early on to do some pressure with 4 gateways. And seeing the third base for Genius is really good, but even if it wasn't there, he would have known perhaps not that much because he doesn't know if there's gas taken when the gas is taken. But knowing it is good for him here, and unfortunately his opponent was not able to deny that information. Now Genius will pressure this in some way, most likely. He's already taken his third gas, no Stargate just yet, although the pylon positioning here indicates it's possible he goes for that. If he wants to hit a 4 gateway timing, he can also do that, as Warp Gate Research isn't quite going to be in line with that. And 1 gate, 2 gate, and 3 gateways, so he will be going for this pressure. It looks like his timing, depending on how he chronos his Warp Gate Research now, should line up if he chronos it several more times.
+1 at this point is done, and he has... The thing that really amazes me about Curious right here is that he has the perfect vision about everything that's happening, so he knows that even if a probe sneaks in, he knows exactly what's going to happen, especially with his Overlord now scouting the 3 gates, so this is awesome.
Now Genius, as a reply to seeing the Overlord that saw his gates, he knows it's been seen, he pulls his 2 zealots, his scouting zealots back, he takes a 4th gas, and does not send any probes out. He's actually just going to sit at home, get his +1 armor research, start teching, potentially even take a 3rd base. Probably not at this point, but fairly soon. These slow Zerglings are going to come up here to put on a little bit of pressure, but because they are slow, they're not going to be really able to accomplish anything. Even if they had speed, there's just too many units at home for Genius. And Genius is going to sit back. We'll see what tech he's going to go for. He's going to hallucination research on the way. He's going to find out exactly what his opponent's up to first. I really like this Twilight Council going down, and we'll probably see a Robo to follow as well.
Yeah, indeed we will. We have Lair Tech, speed is halfway done, he's still droning up. Both of them are researching the +1 armor upgrade at this point. The sentries on the move, 6 of them in total, spotted by the army though. There's no sentry with them, no probe with them just now.
Yep, he really wants to force units here.
Yeah.
It's just basically a trick move.
Just poking a little bit here.
Yep, and immediately 8 roaches were started, so it did succeed in some ways. The Zealot is actually going to go ahead, and I think he's trying to fake now a 3rd base. It's actually, Genius is so unpredictable, and he almost even saved that Zealot. Really nice control by Genius. With the movements for Genius, the first thing he did was make it look like he was going to go for a big attack that was slightly delayed, and then he made it look like he was going to take a 3rd base, so his opponent now is kind of like, oh, I don't know what to do, and even if Genius doesn't actually attack, or if he doesn't actually make a Nexus, it's actually fine because he's scared his opponent, he's messing with his mentality a little bit, but again, as I said earlier, Curious is not really the type of person to get emotional in the game or freak out. He's actually going to play this calmly. I like this Roach Force moving out, trying to find any potential forward pylons. The Phoenix Scout is going to come into the main now, see the lair. He wants to scout what type of tech his opponent is going for, and he will see the Roach War next to the Evolution Chamber, which is pretty telling. He's going to be going for a pretty Roach-heavy composition right now. Oh, I like this Macro Hatch positioning, but it is spotted.
We have an Overseer, if I see correctly, on the top right. So he has an Overseer that he can scout everything with. He will be able to spot if there's a 3rd base as well, just poking into the main base in order to get a good glimpse of how many buildings there actually are. And at this point, I have to say that Curious is looking really good. He's spreading his creep towards the middle of the map. We have the Genius now expanding, and I don't know. This is... I can't imagine. I really can't imagine how Genius has to feel here right now. He knows that he's the last person that can pull it off for MVP. Everything is on the line here.
Oh, Curious.
Will they advance to Las Vegas or not? And 80 Harvesters against 60 with now attacking the rocks, and
this attack is so important for Curious. He cannot fail this attack. He can decide not to do it, but he cannot fail this attack. If he fails this attack, he will likely just put himself too far behind.
I don't think he's committing.
He's looking like he's committing, but he's not going to do it. He's actually going to pull back now.
He doesn't have the Unicount. I would actually love him to see a transition. I would love to see a transition here, but he goes for the burrow movement as well and adds additional roaches. Right now it looks like he wants to power his way through here, and I don't think that is going to work.
I don't think it's going to work either. The roach count now up to 35. The robotic support bay is almost done. +2 is about to finish. They'll put the upgrades at 1-1 against 2-1 for a Protoss player. Frost is now setting up the wall up here. Genius looking really solid, but his units are out of position. They're outside here. He's not actually going to be able to use that wall right away. This is so important. If Genius loses, of course, to this attack, then the game simply ends. But if he holds, Curious has committed a lot of resources to this.
Yes, he did, and they are already the first immortal, and he has the +2 attack upgrade. So he has a nice advantage in upgrades. He has a lot of damage output. Another base is building now for Curious, who knows exactly that he has to make something happen, and we have the Spire. So
this is really smart. Yeah. He's not going to commit to this. He's not going to go on with this. He's realized,
he can put someone to pressure.
Exactly. He's going to continue to pressure, but he's not going to overcommit. Now he's actually going to attack from 2 sides. I really like this. He's going to potentially kill a gateway here, and he's going to target down some stalkers on one side as well. He has burrow movement so he can get out. Does take out a gateway at the trade of some roaches.
Oh, I like this so much.
He trades army fairly well. He's actually getting another stalker. To trade army like this when you are up on economy, when you have a great amount of production, is actually decent. He's going to target down some sentries perhaps. If Genius is not dealing with this.
Look at the bank of Curious. He has so many minerals and gas as well. He can just transition into whatever. And with all these units, he has 2 attack groups of roaches, and he can just pressure him wherever he wants. Streaming in with additional units, committing to this attack right now with 2,000 minerals banked up. I'm not quite sure if this is the best decision that he could make here. Those immortals doing a ton of damage to the roaches. They are dying in the end, but oh my god, he has a 50 supply
look at the supply lead. He's trading so well. He can just remax instantly. He has so many resources. He has enough to make 17 mutas right now. And he's actually just going to take out so many of these stalkers. Look at this beautiful micro by Genius, but this trade still remains good for Curious. He's got a huge second wave of units. There's nothing to stop these Zerglings from running into the 3rd base. And run they will. He's going to target down the Nexus, I think.
He can. He definitely can.
And he's going for it. He's targeting down the Nexus, and now things are looking really bad for Genius and MVP.
Not only for Genius, for MVP in general. And the Nexus, it dies, and he saves all of these Zerglings as well. He's on 4 bases against 2 now. His 4th base is ready.
Yep, his 4th base is completely ready. The worker count now 77 to 63 with 77 drones on 4 bases. He's got basically perfect saturation. He continues the roach production. He's not even going to switch into mutas now. His opponent's stalker count is so high that that's not something that's really going to be the right choice. He's just going to continue to trade roach army after roach army until his opponent is just too far behind. He will never be able to remake that 3rd base. And Genius, what can he do? He actually has very few options here. His upgrades right now, +3 and +1 armor versus 1/1 upgrade, so he does have that upgrade advantage, but it's not really going to allow him to push across the map. That's not enough.
If Curious expands again right now with all these resources that he has, I think there will be no way that Genius can come back from this. Because as you said, he can't just send army after army into the fight because he has such a great economy. And there he goes again, trying to attack, force his way up the ramp, takes down the first Immortal and Stalkers as well. 1 Colossus in the back, already really severely damaged. And this is looking so bad.
Looking really bad. The Colossus falls, and Genius looks like he cannot do what his rival Dongregu did earlier.
Oh my god.
21 Mutalists in production, +2 for the roaches as well. He just constantly traded well again and again. He's actually going to trade one more time, keep his opponent's stalker count low, taking out pylons. Genius cannot afford to lose his robotics right now, but he will!
And he does only have 14 Stalkers at this point in time, and the Mutalists already have +1 attack. They will have +2 very soon. Well, it's halfway done, the upgrade that is, but this is looking horrible for Genius. Can he come back into this? He is down. He's below 100 supply now, Wolf.
Below 100 supply, indeed, with no 3rd base, and with his opponent having this many Mutalists out, this many roaches on the field, taking a 3rd base just looks impossible right now. 22 Mutalists out, going up to, it looks like a total of 28 right now. 46 Zerglings on the field as well. He actually has stopped roach production temporarily here, just maxing out on mutas. He's going heavily mutaling here. The Stalkers can blink away from the Zerglings all they want, but the Zerglings are still coming. He has to cancel his robotics that he was remaking.
Oh my god. There are way too many Mutalists now. 28, yes, 28 of them, and the Stalker count is only at 20. The Zerglings streaming in, and he focuses them down one by one. MVP Genius drops below 80 supply.
Zealots warping in here to help deal with the Zerglings, but he has not enough answer for the mutas. 52 Zerglings in production on the way back.
Curious.
Looks like Curious is going to seal the deal, and StarTale will be going to Vegas. That's it.
StarTale is going to Vegas. This is game.
The Zerglings are dancing!
As Tempo said in the song, the Lings are dancing in your expansion. This is kinda it. The GG StarTale is going to Las Vegas, and I'm pretty sure that we are going to see a shot of the convention center in just a few seconds. I mean, this is incredible. StarTale has pulled it off. They did it. They defeated MVP with Curious showing some amazing games here.
Absolutely amazing games indeed. Playing against Genius, someone who has the best PvZ in the world, showing exactly how to trade Ro4 Stalker enough times and cross positions on Antigua. And StarTale looking super confident here, so happy. Ace, of course, has something to say as usual.
He tries to escape, but he has no chance.
No chance. Being thrown into the air now.
Oh my god, these guys are so happy. They go to Las Vegas, and of course it's a major upset for Genius and for MVP. He is devastated here.
Yeah, the entire MVP team looking a little bit disappointed, even with the haircut. Even with the awesome hairstyle, man. It's just it's tough to be MVP right now, but it's great to be StarTale and great to be Curious at this point. StarTale Quantic advances to the finals. They will join Caldor and myself and the rest of the IPL players in Las Vegas.
It's really heartbreaking to see the shots of the MVP team at the same time as celebrating StarTale players everywhere, and they deserve it. They played so well today. It was really incredible. I'm kind of sad that this series is already at an end. I would have loved to see more games, and I would have loved to see Keen. I wanted to see July. We haven't seen Bomber. It's just like, I want to see more games, but it's over, ladies and gentlemen.
It's over.
And StarTale is probably pretty happy because now they advance to the finals in Las Vegas, as Wolf pointed out.
Yep, I am so excited actually to go to Las Vegas with you, Caldor, and to go with this team. It's going to be great, and it's coming up. It's very soon. It's got to be awesome to be StarTale right now. Look at these results. We had a lot of back and forth early on. Tails taking out Parting, then Sound took him out as a result. Then Finale came out and took out Sound, and then Squirtle took the lead with 2 kills. SC came out against Squirtle, looked really strong. Squirtle, did a timing attack. It didn't quite work out for him. Against Curious, SC tried to end things really early with a weird attack.
This hold by Curious, he was able to take down SC with an amazing hold against the all-in strategy of SC. Took the game, advanced, and now was able to take down Genius as well.
Yep, well done by Curious. MVP made a great showing today. They looked really strong. They had things well planned. I think things fell out of control. Like the first domino fell when Dongrigu lost his match, and then MVP is like, things are no longer according to plan, and they just started losing more and more from there. And unfortunately, will not be joining us in Las Vegas, but they did a great job this season. They showed great games, and they made a great showing overall, looking like actually the strongest team this season, but StarTale took them out.
And we'll have a quick look at tomorrow's matches. Tomorrow the games are once again in the studio. So if some guys of you want to join us tomorrow, we will be here tomorrow, and we will watch Prime against FXOpen, which is going to be an epic battle. I'm so looking forward to this. I've been waiting for the GSTL to start again all week long, and StarTale against MVP was already a great match, but tomorrow we have Prime against FXOpen, which I personally expect to be even closer.
Yep, it should be an awesome match. Only one team will advance to the finals.
The Prime team is doing so well lately, especially with players like Marine King, with Maru, for example. Those talents from the Prime team are actually so strong.
Yeah.
But FXOpen,
they have so many star individual league players.
Yeah, and FXOpen is actually now in a position of all the players. Last time also was missing, but still they pulled through, and tomorrow they will show their best. They were so pumped the last few weeks, and they said it over and over again. They were like, yeah, we are dedicating all our time to practice right now because we want to go to Las Vegas. We want to do it, and tomorrow they can prove that they are in a position to do it.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see those matches unfold tomorrow. I mean, I can't imagine they'll be more awesome than today's matches, but they might be. Look at that information below. You can see that it's going to be live at GOMTV at the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Las Vegas. So, if you live near Las Vegas or if you live in America and you want to take a trip, you can come and join us in Las Vegas. We would love to see you. And, of course, be prepared to tune in for some awesome IPL matches as well. They will be going on, and Calder and myself will be casting some of those matches. So that's going to be awesome. But don't forget, of course, tomorrow, tune in for our other semifinal match, Prime against FXOpen. And last but not least, remember the tickets are still 10% off until the finals.
Yep.
So make use of that.
We'll see you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. See you soon. Bye-bye.